Hello, welcome to Midweek. My name is Mechelle Wingle, and my soul's purpose is to move the planet forward, healing myself and others emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I have hundreds of hours of training, but when I trust my intuitive gifts, I am at my best self. So in my one-on-one sessions, I help people find peace and calm in the midst of life struggles, and my goal here is to help you do the same 1 week at a time. The other morning, as I was spending my time listening, I asked to learn something new. What I imagined or saw was a beautiful piece of fruit that was cut open, and it was there was like a large piece, like a pit inside. So it kind of split open. It almost looked like a peach. And I was drawn to the fact that there was a seed and a fruit. And this picture seemed to be putting on like a little play for me, because when the fruit, they kept changing places, like it kept trying to tell me that this becomes this and this becomes that. And what came into my head was that the fruit was the seed and the seed was the fruit. That was kind of the essence of what I heard. And you cannot have one without the other. So I began to ask myself what this meant for me in this moment, and my answer was what I would like to share with you today. There's a popular Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. We find ourselves in a most unusual time in human history, and we have planted many seeds years ago that are bringing forth their fruit, and now is the time to decide if that fruit is what we thought it could be or would be. And we are being given the opportunity to stop eating the metaphoric fruit and go inside and plant the seed in a new way. Even though the fruits may not have been what we wanted or what is working, or it's been something we don't care to appreciate, we would have no seed without it. Therefore, we bless the fruit and we are grateful for the fruit. But now we hold the seed. We now have the power to plant something different for the future. And Lao Zhu, I don't know how to say that correctly, is known for the quote, "To see things in the seed, that is the genius." So let's take a moment and let's be genius about this. How are the things I am doing now going to fruit in the future? And actually, below what am I doing, let's ask ourselves, what are my true intentions? And what fears or things that are stopping me that might be influencing that intention? It's time to go a layer deeper. If I had to diagram myself in my own life, am I the main character, or have I turned that over to someone or something else? Am I harvesting from my own garden or from another's? And it's never too late to look at the fruit of your life and decide to plant again. Most oak trees don't grow acorns, the ability to even plant new seeds, until they are at least 50 years old. So, if you or we as a society, which is really individuals, because it all starts at the individual level, we need to start again. And what does that look like? And how do we do it? How do we be patient with the idea of planting a seed? Because planting a seed means that the results will not come right away. But I think we need that mindset today and now at this time, that we're going to plant something now that's going to present fruit later on down the road. We need to get comfortable with that idea. So, of course, what do? I found a beautiful WikiHow on how to begin again, is what it was. So they gave some ideas, and that's where I got a couple of these steps. And the first step in starting over again, or let's say planting a new seed, is to accept the past. We are meant to be whole, which means nothing's missing. So when we want to cut out pieces of our past, we fragment ourselves in a way, because all of the parts of our experience have led us to where we are here. And that alone requires and allows it to have reverence. And remember that pain and suffering aren't the same thing. So if the past causes you suffering, there is help for that. And pain is a teacher and a motivator, two different things. Number 2 is remember that things happen for a reason. This is number 2 in starting again. Things happen for a reason. And this is not to say that you are powerless and that things are just fated to be a certain way. Rather, and I loved this, WikiHow, good job. Rather, this is a direct quote from them, nothing has meaning besides the meaning you assign to it. It is up to you to make every event, incident, and moment in your life empowering or disempowering. Number 3 in moving forward is to take stock of your failures and your successes. Write them down. Sometimes up in our heads, the failures seem to outweigh the successes, and we dwell on those failures as human beings. But sometimes the successes are really big. You know, Thomas Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. But I would call him a major success, and his contribution is invaluable to our modern day life. Number 4, one of the things that they suggest is don't announce that you are just starting over. Just do it. And with social media, it's so easy to want validation or permission or other people to come along and do it for you to help you replant your seeds. But those are the fruits that we have created as a society that maybe need to go away. We came here as agents of our own lives and no one else's. And sometimes when we want permission, it's because we need that validation. And although our choices can affect others, we cannot make their choices and they cannot make ours. So there's an empowerment there. Number 5 is to discover your purpose and think about the meaning of your life. You are here for a reason. I know that. And you you have your own unique gifts, and how you expend them are specifically yours to create with. And I will link an amazing video to help you learn more about your gifts. You totally have them. So I'll put that in the comments below. Number 6, of starting again, is to live in the moment and know that the only moment that really matters is now. Give it your full attention. It is your reality. Everything else is a side reality. This moment is reality. And when that moment is over, move to the next moment. And are you still breathing? If the answer is yes, then consider that moment handled successfully. Number 7 is, and I love this, is to rely on others and ask for help. And I thought this was a great idea. And I said to myself, I put in little quotes in my notes, asking for help is the new charity. So I think we have charity down in a lot of ways. We are great at least desiring to help others. But what has happened is we've somehow moved, it's kind of meshed with judgment. And that judgment needs to be hybrided out of our fruit. And we need to create a more equal playing field between those that need help and those that are the helpers. Because we all need help and we are all vulnerable in different areas. And once we allow that of ourselves and others, our fruit's going to taste like candy. Because we've just allowed the playing field to even out instead of here's the helpers and here's the needy. We're all needy. So reach out and ask for help. Number 8 is to prepare for moments of weakness. When we move from just eating fruit to planting a new crop, we are cultivating hard work and patience. And seeds need to be fully disassembled before bringing forth the fruit. So keep that in mind. And sometimes that can feel so wrong compared to what we are used to. But it is all necessary and part of the plan. When the frontiersman was setting up a new garden, it was useful to know the landscape. And I want to help you understand a little better your own landscape. So a while back, I was devouring anything I could get my hands on about the Enneagram. And I loved the information that I had learned about the Enneagram. So the name Enneagram comes from the Greek. Enna is the Greek word for 9, and gramma is something that is drawn or written. And it refers to the symbol, and I have a picture. So this is the symbol of the Enneagram. So if you think of the circle with, and then there's 9 points, like a pentagram is a circle with 5 points. So it's just, it fits along those things. I'm sure there's one for every number. But this is the Enneagram. And it's actually a personality construct that uses the symbol to understanding myself and others. And we are each born with certain personalities that stem from our wounds, our family of origin, and our community. And the Enneagram insists there are 9 ways we interact with the world and 3 ways we experience information. Some of us are very physically connected. We move through the world and we feel things physically. And others are very emotionally connected, and we connect through feelings. And then others connect mentally, so they connect through thought. And the Enneagram explains those things. We also have a core emotion that haunt us and we need to overcome. And usually there's 3, they're in groups of 3. And when we are in stress, we take on others' qualities that are great for that number, but not authentic to us. And we can also look to another who has strengths, another personality that strengths can help us guide us back to well-being. It's all will make sense when you learn more about the Enneagram. So I have a free gift for you to get you started. If you go to mechellewingle.com and click on the Enneagram tab at the top, I have a link to take you to a test so that you can know your Enneagram type. And then if you send me an email, there's a spot right there. I will send you a customized packet to get you started. So, and I'm not done yet with the Enneagram. We'll talk more about it. I'm not going into detail about it here. I want you to get to know your number first before we go into the actual types and what they mean and that kind of thing. But you will love the Enneagram, and the information has been invaluable because when I understand what I look like when I'm going into stress, or when I can understand what someone else, my loved one, and I can see them going to stress, then I understand that what's happening now isn't happening now. And it helps have some compassion and empathy for myself and for others. And it is such a great tool. So in closing, today's song of the week is Tears for Fears, Sowing the Seeds of Love. Now, this song was made in the late 80s, and I'm going to put the link below, but I was really surprised at how much we have not changed, how much our fruits are very much the same from the 1980s to now, and how it is time to take that seed and replant it in a new way. So we'll see you next time, and have a great day.